What is up guys, it's Cal, and in this video we're going to be checking out Raw Den, the Despoiled boss from the Ny'alotha raid coming in patch 8.3. So this guy may look familiar to some, well his name might be familiar, because he was the heroic only last boss in Throne of Thunder back in Mists of Pandaria. So there was Lei Xin, who was known as the last boss, but this was after Lei Xin and could only be accessed on heroic difficulty. It's the same guy. I actually like it when Blizzard does stuff like this because it's really interesting to me. Bring back old characters from raids and whatnot, and then kill them off for good. So what the Dungeon Journal says about Raw Den is that deep within the Black Empire, the Keeper's fate is revealed. Now corrupted by Ny'alotha, Raw Den works to make his master's vision of the Black Empire a reality. I hope there's some quests before doing Ny'alotha where we have to go into Throne of Thunder and break Raw Den free from his chains to get his help, and then we inevitably watch him get corrupted by Ny'alotha in some way. So this boss was difficult, to say the least. It was actually really buggy on the PTR, which is why it was difficult. So anyways, getting started here. Towards the start of the fight, Raw Den channels energy from these two orbs moving towards him from these two portals in the back corners of the room. There's a storm one and a void one. You're only able to kill one of them, so we just killed the storm one because why not? Now what this did was it gave everyone in the raid a 45-second debuff that increased our haste by 10%, and then the void bubble thingy reached Raw Den to empower him. It exploded and put a healing absorption shield on everyone while doing small ticking shadow damage on us. We noticed these small void circles by the boss, which was pretty obvious for people to stand in, and they left behind these void puddles on the ground. And a void ad came into the fight to focus down. Now a random person will receive this collapse ability on them, which is pretty obvious for people to soak, but they ran it into the melee and it killed like a third of the group. So that's nice. So I decided to get in it the next time around, and well, it killed the rest of us and did 1.6 million damage to me. Kind of a ridiculous amount of damage for something that needs to be soaked that half the group did soak, but that's okay. Attempt 2. We just did the same strat and we still decided to soak the big collapse thing. Yeah, it did 1.8 million damage to me. I could have sworn enough people were soaking it, but maybe it just wasn't meant to be soaked in the first place. Well, actually the tooltip does say it's supposed to do 376k damage split across people within it, which is awesome. Well, it was doing almost 5 times that, while not splitting damage at all. So attempt number 3, we decided to change it up a bit and killed the void orb this time first. Now this gave everyone in the group a 10% crit buff for 45 seconds. Now this spawned a crackling protector ad that needed to be tanked, but even while it was being tanked, it was just one-shotting everyone with its lightning ability, including the tank. But it did die and we killed the shock orb the next time. You're apparently supposed to alternate killing the orbs, because the Dungeon Journal says that if you have the same orb debuff that's actually buff, if you get 2 stacks of it, then you immediately die. Although the orb seems to come in every 50 seconds and the debuff lasts 45 seconds. So that makes it kind of obsolete. Attempt 4. Yeah, nothing really new. We just wiped again. Attempt 5. We died. Attempt 6 was kind of fun because we didn't have enough DPS to kill the orb the first time around. So the tank literally just kited Raw Den around the room while we killed the orb. Now attempt 9, they actually fixed the collapse mechanic. So we killed the shock orb, and when the collapse appeared on someone, we tried to stack in it, and it still killed us. It did 1.3 million damage this time though, so that was just a matter of people still being scared of that mechanic and not standing in it. Then with attempt 10, stop running, please stop. Come on, man. Then our final attempt, our 11th try. I didn't die from the collapse ability this time, but that's because I did use aspect of control. Anyways, it is a mechanic where the damage is supposed to be split, so we didn't get any further. The next phase is apparently at 40%, and at that point the orbs stop coming in, and then you have to deal with the mechanics from both of them, I think. It's something like that. So that's the entire Raw Den boss fight, really. And the outside of the dungeon changes, by the way, in case you weren't aware. Before it was the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, now it's an Oldham. So I kind of like that. We've never had an instance entrance like that before. I don't think anyways. But yeah, that was all of the Raw Den boss fight that I was able to see at least. But anyways guys, that's the entire video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like on it. You can sub to the channel for more videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.